Right, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a great day, that you're fine and healthy, and everything's okay with you all. Thanks very much for coming to Warren's Team Talk and joining me today. Whether you're watching on replay or whether you're watching with me while I'm broadcasting, whatever, I hope that you enjoy it. That's the most important thing for me. Anyway, so what I've got for you today is, as usual, I've got my usual Sports News Daily broadcast. I hope you're going to enjoy this. So what we're going to be looking at today is going to be looking at Novak Djokovic. We're going to be looking at also some Premier League transfer gossip and also some sad news from outside of the world of sport, but it's linked to sport. So let's move on. So Novak Djokovic, sadly for him, he lost in the 2021 US Open final last night. He lost to Daniel Medvedev, and that was Medvedev's first Grand Slam title win. And he defeated Djokovic in straight sets, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. And unfortunately for Djokovic, it stopped him from winning a Grand Slam of titles, Grand Slam titles for the year. If he'd won that US Open, he would have won the Australian Open, he would have won the French Open, he would have won Wimbledon and the US Open. And this really rare thing to happen in tennis. I can't really say that I remember the last time it happened. But yeah, let me just have a look, see if it says here. Hold on. And because I'm sure that it must say. Let's have a look. Okay, so it says here that Djokovic, this is from the BBC, Djokovic was bidding to become just the sixth player to win a calendar slam and the first man to do it since Rod Laver in 1969. So there you go, you see, that just shows you what an achievement it would have been. No one had done it for 52 years, and only 6 people have done it in history of the sport. So it just shows you how difficult it is to actually achieve that. So yeah, that is a major achievement. It would have been a major achievement. And it also would have moved him. It would have been his 21st ever Grand Slam title victory, which would have moved him ahead of his rivals Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer, who he's tied with on 20 Grand Slam title wins at the moment. So yeah, again, that would have been a fantastic achievement. So really, I think, we have to say he's probably the greatest tennis player of all time. He is in my opinion. He's not my favourite, that's for sure, but he's certainly, you have to take your hat off to him and say he's probably the greatest of all time. So yeah, let's move on now. Sad news for him, though, I'm sure, and all his supporters. And what's the next bit of news? Right, so okay, we're going to get into the Premier League transfer gossip. So let's have a look at that. And it seems that Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola wants to sign Leeds United and England midfielder Calvin Phillips for next season, and that comes from a media outlet in Spain called Fishes. So yeah, let's see if that happens. I just think they need an out-and-out goal scorer. I mean, yes, they got Jesus, but or Jesus in their team. Whether he will, he will or not, I really don't know. But it seems, according to that media outlet in Spain, he seems very keen on signing the England defensive midfielder. And then also seems that Barcelona are targeting RB Leipzig's Danny Olmo. But it also seems that Manchester United, Juventus and Bayern Munich are also showing a strong interest in the 23-year-old winger. So that should be quite an interesting tug of war between the three clubs. Yeah, and it seems that there's going to be no end to United spending by the looks of it. So, yeah, that would be quite an interesting one, really. But Bayern Munich seem to have quite a good track record of attracting German players to them, really. So, or players playing in the German league, let's say. So, yeah, that'd be interesting to see where he ends up, if he does end up leaving RB Leipzig. And the next one. And it seems that Leicester City's French defender said that French defender Wesly Fofana, and that's not him, by the way, in the picture, said that Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world, and it is his dream to play there. And that comes from Marca. Now, I'm not too convinced about that one either, to be quite honest with you. Marca, as far as I'm aware, have got very strong links to to Real Madrid. And it wouldn't surprise me if they're not just doing that to try and, you're not just putting that story out to sort of unsettle the player or cause a bit of trouble. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. And but if it is true, then it's obviously a very, very much a come and get me play, isn't it? Really. Then, but it also seems that Barcelona are interested in signing Leicester's midfielder Yuri Tillemans. So he's a very, very good player in my opinion. But apparently they're not overly bothered if they don't get him. They don't really see him as a priority. But yeah, if they can get the Belgian international midfield player, I'm sure he would add quality to their squad. And that story comes from Mundo Deportivo, which is a media outlet in Spain. And it seems as well that Everton are going to get a clear run at Rangers fullback Nathan Patterson in the next transfer window, after Liverpool pulled out the race to sign the 19-year-old Scotland international. So if they want him, it seems like they're going to be able to get him. Whether they will or not, I really don't know. Be interested to hear what Everton supporters think about that. And then the next stories are that. Here we go. Where are we? Right. Okay. So AC Milan's Frank Kessie is attracting interest from Barcelona, but they're going to face stiff competition for his signature from Liverpool, Tottenham, and Paris Saint-Germain. And that story comes from Mundo Deportivo, and again, Mundo Deportivo seems to be putting out lots of stories today. Looks of it, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit curious about this one. I don't know what you guys think. I thought Barcelona was skint, and that's why they had to let Messi go to Paris Saint-Germain, and here they are being linked to all these players. I just don't understand it, really. Yeah, so it looks like it could be a bit another one with a bit of a transfer tug of war. I wouldn't be surprised to see him end up at Liverpool. He looks quite a powerful, imposing sort of player, and I think he'd fit in quite well at Liverpool. He's obviously a very good player. He's got a good reputation. He must be a good player if I've heard of him, because I don't hear a lot about these players until they come to England, to be honest. Now, another story is about France playmaker Houssem Aouar, who the transfer window before last was being chased for practically the whole transfer window by Arsenal. And he was valued at like about £15 million or something. But Arsenal never signed him, obviously. And then this transfer window, Lyon were practically trying to give him away, but no one really wanted him. They dropped his price to almost roughly about £20 million. And they're even trying to offload him in a loan deal. So I don't know quite what happened there, whether they'd had a falling out at Lyon with him. But hold on, what's happened here? They'd had a falling out with him, or what happened? It's a bit confusing, really. So, but the player himself, Houssem Aouar, has said that he wants to stay at Lyon and help them qualify for the Champions League. So he obviously doesn't fancy coming to Arsenal and not having any European football at all. So to be honest, I can't really say that I blame him, especially if he's going to be coached by the clown, which is Mikel Arteta. But there you go. Anyway, let's see what happens with that one. But it seems that Arsenal called their interest in him anyway. So, and the last piece of news is some very sad news about Maria Mendiola. Those of you who don't know, she was part of the group called Baccarat, that sang the song, I think it was during the 60s, called Yes Sir, I Can Boogie, which was adopted as the unofficial anthem of the Scotland national team for the last 18 months, 2 years, I suppose. Sadly, she died over the weekend, age 69. Obviously, that's very sad news for all her family and friends, and my condolences go out to her. And I know that she brought a lot of joy and happiness with the song to the Scotland national team and to all the supporters and everything. I mean, we've all seen the footage of the fans singing the song in London at Trafalgar Square and singing the song at Hampden and at Wembley. So yeah, that's very sad news. So rest in peace, Maria. And yeah, she's going to be sadly missed, to be quite honest. So yeah, I'd be quite interested to hear what you guys think about the news I mentioned today about Novak Djokovic getting defeated in the US Open, and also about the transfer gossip that I've spoken about this morning or today. Well, it's the morning time here. Well, it's just actually turned lunchtime, so in the UK. So yeah, be interested to hear what you think. Now I want to sort of move on, and as I always do, give a shout out to the old school Gunner YouTube channel. I put his link for his channel in the description of this video. Go and check him out. He does some brilliant Arsenal content and keeps you up to date with all the news around the club and what have you. And yeah, he's a great guy and very knowledgeable, and he's been following the club since around 1992, I believe. So yeah, he's a really good guy, and I like his videos a lot. He's really good. The next channel I want to tell you about is the Claude and the Bandsters channel. So the Claude and the Bandsters channel was originally hosted by Claude, the AFTV personality, and Diesel, and a guy called Diesel and a guy called Terry. And since Claude sadly passed away in April, Diesel and Terry have kept the channel going, which is great. And they put out some fantastic videos. They really do. They do watch-alongs for Arsenal's games and watch-alongs sometimes as well for England internationals. They also sometimes put out videos where they have debates about issues to do with Arsenal Football Club. And when Terry and Diesel are on stream together, you can almost guarantee without fail that the two of them are going to fight like cat and dog, because you've got one who loves Mikel Arteta. I'm convinced he fancies him. I really do, which is Terry. And then Diesel, who has the same opinion about me, that he's dragging the club through the dirt and he's dragging the club down. And he wants him out. So the debates get very heated and intense. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing two guys like ripping into each other about football, go and give them a watch, because it's fantastic content. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that and you enjoyed today's show. So that's it for today, guys. Like I say, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with another video very soon, I'm sure. And let's get the exit. So yeah, take care everyone. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.